Hi everyone, my name is Justin Urskarenis. I am an environmental professional with Full Spectrum Environmental, and this is our Mold 101 series where we debunked all the myths and the mysteries behind mold. If you look anywhere online, such as Facebook groups, Reddit threads, YouTube videos, Instagram reels, there's all this information online that's being spread that creates a sort of a mystery and understanding that mold is some sort of magic that just appears out of nowhere and affects your health. Well, we're here to tell you that there's a lot of misinformation out there online, and a lot of times people are using fear-based tactics to get your money. So the purpose of this series is to give you as much information as possible that's fact-based and not coming from emotions or using fear tactics, but giving you as much education as possible to be an educated client in the whole realm of mold. To jump straight into it, we're going to be going down to the basics of what mold is and what it takes for mold to grow. So mold is a living being, and just like all other living beings, mold needs certain things to grow. Similarly to me and you, mold needs food, water, and oxygen. We're going to keep oxygen out of this, and we're going to be talking about it in another video, but to keep things simple, mold needs two things. It needs food and it needs water. There's nothing else. Mold isn't some spontaneous thing that just starts growing out of nowhere. It needs those two things to survive. So we're going to start with food. When you look at our outside environment, you're going to better understand how mold grows in our homes. So mold comes from the kingdom fungi, or better known as mushrooms. And so when a tree falls in the forest, you're going to have the wood start to decompose and create organic material that the mushrooms like to eat. It's going to grow some mycelium, and then eventually you're going to grow into fruiting bodies and mushrooms and sporulate. And we'll get more into that in another video of the different parts of mold. But when you look inside a house, mold is going to do the same thing. It's going to eat off of organic material. And now there's a whole lot of different things, but we're going to start with specifically building material. Because things like drywall or even wood, similarly to a tree trunk, drywall is made of cellulose, it has paper backing, it has a lot of materials in it that's organic that mold likes to eat off of. So you're going to see a lot of times in your home, mold's going to be mostly growing on drywall, and it's going to be growing on wood, like trim, doors, baseboards, crown molding. There's a whole lot of different places. And the second part is water. That drywall and wood needs to be wet somehow. And there's also a lot of simple and complex things of how something can get wet. But for the purpose of this video, we're starting with the basics. You're going to have a roof leak where water can drip down on ceiling floor or ceiling drywall, or it can drip down onto the drywall. You can have a flood where the water comes in, the drywall starts to soak up the water, and then mold starts to grow. You could even have a bathroom on the other side. Let's say there's a sink or a shower where the pipe's slowly leaking. Water is going to slowly come out, be absorbed by the drywall, and then mold's going to start to grow. So as you can see, these are the basics. But in an inspection, a good inspector is not just going to be taking air samples or surface samples, but their goal is to look for the environments where those two things can occur. And that can occur in a bedroom, hidden in a closet. It could be in your duct system. It could be in your air handling unit. It could be in a lot of different places. But if we stick it down to the basics, you need food and you need water. Anything else you see online that's going to be saying mold just sporadically appears, they're lying to you. It has to have food and it has to have water. There is nothing else. I see a lot of times, when I talk to clients, they've read a bunch of things on Facebook groups, they've read a bunch of things online, and it's like, no, I know that mold is here on this wall. Well, mold could definitely be behind the wall, right, where you can't see it, but if it hasn't been in contact with moisture and it's not a organic material, mold is not going to exist. So we're going to end the video here to keep things basic. And as we progress and make other videos, you're going to see how complex it can get and how mold can grow behind walls, how oxygen plays a role in mold growth and producing mycotoxins, how mold can affect your health. But to wrap it up, like I said, it's going to start sounding redundant, but you need food and you need water. Looking for those two things in your home is going to tell you where the mold is.